Welcome back to Profiles in Caring as we continue our story now on Kaziah Hancock and her organization Project Compassion, offering comfort to families of fallen soldiers in Iraq through oil paintings. Here again, Doug Jardine.
Many in and around Manti, Utah might not even know that Kaziah Hancock is an acclaimed artist, selling some works for as much as $10,000.
That size of canvas I've sold for $10,000 for one piece. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is the end of the old hay.
They would, however, recognize her homestead by sight or sound to several dozen goats. Kaziah is the self-anointed but universally accepted goat lady. Born into a southern Utah desert polygamist family, her mother had no milk to feed her.
My brother, at that time of year, some of the goats had just had some little ones, and so there was a few that had, you know, a little bit of milk in their breast, even though they themselves didn't have water to drink. And so by my brother milking the goat, that's what gave me my first taste of food.
A love of children dashed when cancer robbed her of her own chance to bear a child.
Kaziah brought me out.
Yeah.
I was barely breathing.
The goats are her children, and every single day, early morning and late evening, it is Kaziah the artist turned Kaziah the goat lady, or perhaps Kaziah the goat lady turned Kaziah the artist, that throws on boots worthy of her homestead's chores and makes way to her children.
You know, I think that my love for goats is so thoroughly within me, it's so completely, that I think that my very soul knew, I believe, I choose to believe, that I knew that my very existence would depend on those beautiful little honeys.
It is her life, and she loves it. The goats bring solace to this eccentric but lovable woman. As Kaziah then heads back upstairs,
It's raining, hallelujah, it's raining, amen.
And through God-given talents to paint,
Isn't this a little darling? You know, he's so fun, he's so cute. You know, you just, who would be that wouldn't want to just know this guy, you know?
brings solace and a share of her own compassion through oil.
I have never met a finer bunch than what I've been painting. And a person might say, well, how do you know? Believe me, I know.
To hundreds of families who have lost soldiers to war.
To be sensitive of who he is and to know when I get it.
It is her Project Compassion, Kaziah and 5 other artists, who are, one by one, painting the portraits of fallen soldiers, American fallen heroes in Iraq. Kaziah's upstairs bedroom and art studio has to provide a clear path from her current project to the back wall. Because as she paints and sings and paints and talks and sings and paints, Kaziah is in constant motion.
It's a little big.
She works close to the canvas to capture the intricacies of every single soul.
I tell you when it hits me is when I know that I've got it. And there, the image is far more lifelike than the photography. And so many times that's when I start bawling again, you know. Yeah. And I just says, kiddo, you know what? You gotta get it together, because you're either gonna just bawl or you're gonna paint. You need to focus on what you're doing.
She backs up to make sure the soul now captured finds its way woven into the entire fabric that is, in essence, a soldier's life caught in oil on Kaziah's canvas. Looking good?
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, pretty doo-dah. It's looking good. Let's understand what we're doing here. Come on, Kaziah. Ooh, woo! Yes.
It is Kaziah the artist who, with constant motion, finds and will ultimately finish another portrait of a U.S. soldier who has given his or her life for every single freedom that I, you, and Kaziah enjoy. And that is her goal as she paints Stephen Shannon.
Woo! Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't you love it? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, come back here. You can't see what you're looking at right up there, up close. There's where it's sweet. That don't that just sing? Sing hallelujah. It sings the Star Spangled Banner, man. That sings sings life, love, liberty. Yeah. The sweetness of a soul, the immortalizing of that beautiful person that so deserves to be immortalized. God bless him. Bless his little heart.
When Profiles in Caring continues, it is time for a homecoming, a very special homecoming for Army Corporal Stephen Daniel Shannon. His painting's ready to be sent home now to Gutenberg, Iowa. We're back right after this.